Yeah. Yeah.
They should take it to 10.
Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a matching. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They should take it to 10.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Denver Broncos. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. This will be taken short. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
You're set. 18.
50 seconds to Mike. Let's go one more.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On 2nd and 1, Watson. He finds Corey Davis. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 44-yard line. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Move. We got 4. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Jam. Slam.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now the ball comes loose and picked up by the Chargers. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. That's complete to Cooks. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Right there. 54. Right there.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
On 20. Point it right.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle.
Play fake, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
We got this.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From the red zone now, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Vincent Smith His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now Watson. It's caught. Smith. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Like 22, he's coming, 29. Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag.
Again, it's Watson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Not today, you won't. Not today.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
Hey, alert 33.
Now Mayfield. He gets it to Cooks. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Regular.
Mike 5-4. Let's get the ball.
That's what?
54.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got it complete to Anderson. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
61, matchbox lights.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Check. Lucky.
King. Shit. Run. Alert.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit, because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 30 yards.
180.
Check. 55 to Mike. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check.
Hey, alert.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Philip Lindsay, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Check. Pistol.
54 is Mike. 54.
On second down now, it's Lindsey, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Well, another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Mayfield off the play fake. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Now a play fake here on first down. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To the air yet again, Watson. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers.
Result of the play, first down and 10.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Set. 19. Check Mike 21. 24. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. I want that. Give me that.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Broncos push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will it be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 55, my God, 55. He don't know no better. Go. Hey, alert, 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 alert. What's that? 55, my God.
Here's Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
54.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
My God.
Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Another run by Lindsey. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go, go, go.
Run.
Mike 5-5.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Mayfield now. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Watch the ship. Hey. Hurry. Check three. Mike 55.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Real. 55 is my guy, 55.
Man, I got you. Man.
Real. Mike 55, Mike 55. Here we go.
Mayfield. That'll be complete to Cook. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Lindsey. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Alert. He's crashed. Point it right. Hurry.
And Mayfield just getting the play off. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At the 22-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Hey, check 20.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
What's tight? Tight is right.
First down.
Hey, alert 33. 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Now they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown...
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Watch the run. Check.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
Reset. What we got? What we got? What we got?
3rd and long. It's Watson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Alert, 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 alert. 50, exit. Record. Mike 55.
Play fake. Mayfield. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Hey, high 7. Mike 55.
Mayfield on play action. That one complete to Anderson. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mayfield now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now it's Lindsey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, alert 33. He's checking. Check 26. Hey, alert 33. Check 25. Check my punch.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Philip Lindsey, his 14th touchdown now on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's Pollard. And some room to maneuver. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth. Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends. 1st down, and it's Pollard again. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tony Pollard with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do?
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. Gets around him, and he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Watson forced out to his left. It's caught, Smith. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Regular. 55, my God, 55. My God.
To throw, Mayfield. Open man is Anderson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Complete to number 84. A gain on the play. First down,
180.
Los Angeles.
Here we go. It's King. That's got to be a... Hey, Zoo. Check right. Watch it, 5. Double dog. That's the way.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. It moves to 2nd and 10.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Mike, 55. Hey, Alpha. 55. We got it. Mike, 55. I'm on. I got you.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike, 55. Check. Hey, Haywood. I don't even know why this team showed. Hey! 55, my God, 55. Cut. Mike 55. Real. D, get the ball right here.
One last shot from Mayfield here. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 11, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wind up a Denver victory.